and I would trade this for absolutely nothing in the world. There is nothing more valuable, more precious, nothing so priceless as this. No, for the life of me, I would never trade this, let alone wish it away. I've always had memories of people I hadn't met, of places I've never been. I remembered things that never happened, and I heard my own voice as if there were thousands of me, calling out and pulling me towards these places and these people, dragging me and urging me to go closer and closer to where they were. As a child, I'd try to run towards these places, only to be dragged back home, further and further away, the voices still calling me. I knew what needed to be done, regardless of what anyone would say or do to try and stop me. As far as I was concerned, no one else existed. No one was outside of that small bubble of determination. I needed to find two people, and they were all of the world to me. Decades of my life were given to this cause. Ever since I could remember, I had heard the voices calling out. Every night, I dreamt about finally meeting who I was destined to meet for as long as I lived. Every morning, I would wake just before I could find out who it was. When the truth finally reached me, when I finally knew where to go, I didn't hesitate for a moment. I have braved mountains, oceans, storms, deserts. I have stared death in the face and said to it, I cannot die until I have met who I need to meet. And it agreed to let me go until then, but no longer. And after what felt like eternity upon eternity, there they were, at the top of a mountain, and I suddenly didn't remember all the hardship it had taken to get there. It was as though my time spent traveling and trying to find them had come and gone in the blink of an eye. In front of me, there was a girl, roughly my own age, and an old woman. And the girl and I saw each other, and I knew that I had loved her my whole life, and that she had loved me the same, all of her life. And I knew that the old woman sitting in the distance between us had been waiting for us, and that the girl had searched halfway across the world, just as I have, in order to meet me. And the old woman lifted her head, and at once I knew everything that she was about to say. And my countenance fell, and my heart was still. There were no sounds, no chirping birds, there was no wind. All that could be heard was the old woman's voice ringing inside both of our minds, clear as day. You have lived thousands of lives, and will always live again. You will always find each other, again and again, and fall in love. In this life and the next, you will always love each other before you even meet. And you will never be free of this curse, and you will never truly die and never truly be together. Something will always tear you apart in the end. Memories flooded back of every single time that we had died, and each time I looked into her eyes, and I saw that she had no fear of death, only of being alone without me. And each time I had died in her arms, or she in mine, one of us was always left behind. And each time she was born, they gave her a different name. We have both had 1,000 different names, and 1,000 different bodies, and 1,000 different voices, but those eyes were always the same. I always remembered those bright blue eyes like clear water shimmering in the sun, and they melted my heart the same way they had each and every time. And I remembered more. I remembered her smile and laughter, the feel of her hand in mine. I remembered the joy and the love and the heartache of having to say goodbye, and I knew that it was all worth it. And I felt my own smile return to me. And here, now, it feels that we've been staring at each other not saying a word but just smiling for almost 100 years. I could stare into those eyes for all eternity and feel content. "You're wrong," I shout to the old woman, sitting in her cloak on the mountaintop, separating the two of us. I can't see her face, but still feel her confused and defiant frown. "We are not doomed to suffer. I have not suffered. I have been everywhere. I have spent my life searching for this love, and every moment of longing, every second of every hour was worth pining over and waiting for this one single moment." She smiles back at me, understanding and feeling exactly how I feel. The old woman is still confused, frantic, seemingly feeling the need to stop us as we advance further towards each other. I can feel it now. That deal I made is taking its toll. I did say that I still needed to meet someone, and now that I have, the death I was meant to face is catching up with me. I won't be able to avoid it for much longer, but for now, our love is no curse. I have fallen in love with you over and over, thousands of times, and it is and always will be the greatest gift that anyone could ever receive. Loving you is the greatest blessing, the most wonderful miracle, the absolute pinnacle of joy. And I would trade this for absolutely nothing in the world. There is nothing more valuable, more precious, nothing so priceless as this. No, for the life of me I would never trade this, let alone wish it away. Never in a million years, my love. Nor would I, not for anything, she says, smiling down at me. She is holding me now, as I'm entering my final moments in this world. "Listen," I say, "I'll find you again. I'm sorry, my love. You'll have to be alone for a while. But I'll come back. I don't want to leave you alone, but I don't have a choice," I say. "Don't apologize. You're worth waiting for as long as it takes. Thousands, millions of years. I'll wait for you. I will always wait for you. I love you for all of time," she says to me. "I love you for even longer," I say to her with my last breath. I feel no pain, no aching in my chest, just a sense of ecstasy and bliss as our hearts seem to become one. I will love her forever. The last thing I feel is our faces brushing together. Her skin is as soft as a feather. The world is bright and blurry. I can't quite see. I blink my eyes a few times and my vision returns to me. I look away from the light hanging above me and to my side. The bed next to me is empty. Why? Why do I feel so alone? Why do I feel like something is missing? I hear footsteps and someone opens a door. I don't see anyone, just a pair of arms putting something down in the bed next to me. The arms roll it around and unwrap it. It's a person, a baby, another baby lying next to me with closed eyes. As soon as she opens them, I remember everything and smile. This time is different. This time, we get to grow up next to each other, and grow old together, and breathe our last breath together in each other's arms. This time we remember everything that we've been through, just to meet one another. This time we remember thousands upon thousands of years worth of love and longing, and see it finally come to something more. I'm not sure if we'll be reborn again after this time, but even if it takes millions of years more for us just to have one lifetime like this again, where we get to be together, it will be worth it. Right now, there's glass separating us, but I know we'll find each other again soon. I can't wait for the day I can hold her again and feel her face as soft as an angel's wings. Yes, that's what I'll call her. My angel. My blue-eyed angel. Thank you for watching and listening. If you are interested in the artwork displayed in this video, there is a link in the description below.